Hello, it's Christian Youngren with Kaizen Automotive Consulting, bringing you more best automotive practices. Has this ever happened to you? You receive an email internet inquiry on a Monday morning asking about both price and availability on a new vehicle you have in stock. Now you answer concisely and promptly, all within 5 minutes of it hitting your dealership's CRM. So you decide to keep your eye out for the reply, figuring that since you responded so quickly with all the answers to their questions, that they'd email you right back. So you wait, and you wait, and you wait. Are you tired of responding to internet leads and getting blown off, ghosted, or even flat out ignored? Then you're going to want to check out this video that's going to be coming up next. Now, if this is your first time to our channel, and you want to improve your automotive selling skills, learn how to use psychology to close more car deals, and receive unbiased reviews on dealership product and service companies, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and then turn on the bell. That way you never miss out on learning anything new. Okay then, let's get to work. Creating interaction with email guests and then negotiating with email-only dealership internet customers can be very challenging. In fact, in a recent study conducted by social scientists, they pointed out that those who negotiated through text or email exchanged far less personal information that typically helps establish better rapport. So let's face it, us car salespeople, we've already kind of got a strike against us. So with more and more car deals being negotiated online, dealers are going to be further challenged on how to establish a working relationship with their online guests. So in today's video, I'm going to give you several ways to use technology to take back what's been taken from you. And that's a working relationship with your remote internet negotiating partners. Now, due to the obvious limitations that using only text and email in a remote negotiation can pose, researcher Don Moore and his team decided to test a simple solution to this dilemma. What they did was they asked each party to reveal some personal information so they could get to know each other a little better before they engaged in their e-negotiation. So their idea was to have the two parties share a self-photo with a brief personal bio, some highlights of their life, to create some common ground. That way they could maybe engage in some e-small talk before they actually started negotiating. Now here's what they found. When the two parties were given no personal information, nothing was exchanged, 20% of the time they came to an impasse and they weren't able to reach a deal. However, it improved by 23%. The impasse dropped all the way down to 6% when the two negotiators exchanged personal information. Well, with science on our side, I guess you've got to ask yourself, how can we apply this to the automotive business? Now, many dealerships and businesses have already applied and put this personal photo next to an email signature, but what I'm talking about is taking the personal photo and the biography idea and really blowing it up. I mean, taking it to the next level. What if you created an introduction video that you could send to your guests, and that way they could look at that and get a little bit of info about you prior to negotiations? Now, I can see some of you out there right now rolling your eyes at me saying, Christian, this is not some new magical rapport building idea. I mean, it's kind of been around for a while. And you're right. But what would be new and different is dealerships and car salespeople actually taking advantage and using this idea. Now, I did a little test to see if this lack of video use in the automotive business, it was true, and what happens when you do reach out to internet guests. So I sent out 3 leads several days ago asking for more information on a particular vehicle in stock. I asked questions like how the engine sounds, if the tires were worn. I wanted to see if maybe any car salesperson would just maybe go out and shoot a quick video of the vehicle in question. And while I did get a reply to every email request that I sent out, I'm sad to tell you no dealership sent me any video message of the vehicle or a bio or anything about the salesperson themselves. So I got to thinking that maybe some of it's just getting discouraged due to the limitations that come with some of the dealership customer relationship management software. And first of all, let me tell you, I empathize with you. I helped a large dealership group build a big 20-person business development center. And I know it's a lot more complicated than just shooting the video out because all the correspondent needs to run through the dealership CRM. Makes sense. Yet, a lot of the software for these CRMs doesn't allow for you to upload or paste a video at all. Or in some cases, the time and the hassle it takes doesn't make it worth going through the trouble. However, the good news is there's some solutions to the problem. There's some video services like CoVideo and BombBomb that can help make it a lot easier to send video through your CRM for a small monthly fee. Or if you don't want to shoulder that expense, you could, if you really wanted to, go ahead and send your video out through a public channel and then just document that you sent the video and what the content was in your CRM. Now, when it comes to overcoming the CRM limitations of video, here's what I would tell you. Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, if science, research, and more importantly, common sense tells you that video has a greater return than the effort it takes to make it, then find a way to do it. Now, another reason why some dealerships don't take advantage of video in their email follow-up or their follow-up with their guests is because of misaligned internet department priorities. Here's what I mean. See, by now, most dealership management teams, they're aware that faster response time is imperative when it comes to email lead success. And statistics show that. It says that responding within 5 minutes or less creates a huge lift in two-way email engagement, which is what you want. Now, I was recently at a dealership that I feel is very progressive when it comes to technology, and we were doing some training, and I noticed that their salespeople didn't use video in following up with their internet guests. So, of course, I asked why. The salesperson told me that it's so important to them to answer the lead within 5 minutes or less that if they don't, as a salesperson, answer it that quickly, they actually will get taken off the deal. Well, to me that's a problem, so I brought it to the dealer and the management team, and once the dealer learned of this, he said, that's crazy. I mean, that'd be like serving your guests homemade chocolate chip cookie dough instead of baking them because it was just easier and quicker. He agreed that the priorities of their department were a little bit mixed up, and so right then we just made a policy that we would sacrifice a few extra minutes of response time for a personalized quality video message. Hey, I understand it might take a little extra time to shoot that quick video, but let me ask you this. Isn't that time and the effort worth it if it leads to interaction with your guest? I mean, isn't interaction the first and utmost important goal when following up with guests via the internet? I'm constantly asked, Christian, how do I get more people to respond to my emails? How do I get more engagement? Do you have any killer email templates that get responses? And as a matter of fact, I do. But what I do believe, and I always tell dealerships, is the best way to stand out is be an exception. Well, because doing videos is harder than just sending a regular email, not that many car salespeople do it. And if you take the time to do a video email message, doesn't that make you the exception? I mean, think about this. If you're a customer and you got 4 email responses and 1 video response, which one's going to stand out? Which one are you going to remember? All right, then, if it's not a CRM limitation and it's not a misaligned internet priority department issue, then I got to thinking maybe the reason some salespeople don't make a welcome or an intro video is because they just don't know what to say. Have no fear. I've got your back. Here's an example of a personalized video response to a typical Monday morning internet lead and an email-only guest, and they're asking about availability on a 2018 Toyota Camry. So here'd be a sample, personalized intro and response to that particular vehicle. Hi Joe, I'm Christian with Kaizen Luxury Motors, and I wanted to thank you for reaching out to us on the 2018 Toyota Camry. And I also wanted to let you know that here at Kaizen, we know that they're real, living, breathing people on the other end of these emails. And we think that while technology is great, that people still mostly buy big ticket items like cars from real people. So we made a quick video to let you know that there's a real, live, living human on the other end of this email too. And also to let you know that my goal would be to help you as much or as little as you need me to during your automotive shopping journey. I kind of want to be like that perfect waiter at a 5-star restaurant. Always attentive, but never too obtrusive. Now with that in mind, I would like to ask that if once in a while, if you could just please reply to me, letting me know if I'm meeting your service expectations. And just maybe update me on the current stage you're at in your automotive shopping journey. I think it'll save you a lot of time and hassle from getting unwanted emails. Now on to the important stuff, the car you're interested in. You were asking about the availability of a pre-owned 2018 Toyota Camry Limited. Midnight black exterior with gray interior, is that right? Well, I think I saw you shaking your head yes, so I'm going to go ahead and track that one down for you. Now, I do know over the weekend there was an appointment on that vehicle, so let me check to see if it's available. And I'll go ahead and email you back as quickly as I can. Now, while I'm checking on that, could you please do me a favor and reply to this email and just let me know if that Camry is the one and only vehicle that you'd be interested in, or you'd be open to similar models, especially if we had one in that style and price range and if we had one with exceptionally low miles. The reason I ask is because we had a big trade-in event last week, and we've got a lot more used vehicles in our inventory than you might have seen on our website. We just haven't had time to put them all up. Okay then, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now and go to work for you. I'll check and see if that Camry is still available, and then I'll go ahead and reach back out to you today. Now, in the meantime, you already know my name's Christian. My last name's Youngren, Younggren. I'll leave the spelling for you. And then you've got my email, but in case you need to get a hold of me real fast, the best way would be call or text me at the number I'm going to put right here. Now also, if you want to learn a little bit more about me, the good and the bad, if you want to take a moment to check out a link that I put in the body of the email, it's got over 100 dealer rater reviews that mention me by name. Go ahead and check them out. I'll see you soon. That takes care of what you could say by providing you an example of an introductory video, and also I added a lot of elements about following up on a particular vehicle in there, so it was kind of an availability and an introduction video. But let's break down what a good video would be. What are the elements of a good video, or what made that a good video? Well, number one, early on I relinquished control to the guest by making the waiter analogy and letting them know that I wanted to be there to help them as much as they needed me or as little as they needed me. Number two, I tried to expand our inventory a little by asking questions like, hey, is that the only vehicle you're interested in, the one and only, or would you be interested in other models, especially in that style and price range? I set expectations of when they could expect to hear back from me on the vehicle. I told them I'd tell them about the availability by the end of the day. I also went ahead and made an attempt to try to ask for engagement. I gave them some reasons why it would be good to engage. I said, hey, could you follow up once in a while and just reply to my emails letting me know if I'm doing the right things and helping you in the way you want to be helped, and also where you're at in the shopping journey. And I told them, hey, it's going to save you a lot of time and hassle. Then finally, I piqued the guest interest by saying, hey, if you want to learn more about me, the good and the bad, go ahead and check out the link to these dealer rater reviews that I've got. So by saying the good and the bad, I don't know about you, but I'd be curious if somebody said bad and I'd want to go check on those reviews, trying to see if I could find the bad one. So most customers are very similar in that way too. Now let's say you don't have time to do a personalized video on every single internet lead. Well, couldn't you create another version just like the one that we previously watched and cut out some of the personalized parts? Maybe you could do some type of version like this. So instead of having the personalized parts in the video mentioning the guest's name and the exact vehicle, what if you shot a selfie of yourself holding a sign up with the guest's name on it? And then you could also have a picture of the vehicle of interest. Now you could stack these right on top of each other and then put your video on the bottom. So you could have the picture of you here, then you could have the vehicle, and then you could have the video right underneath, so it would kind of be a natural progression of them looking right at these. Well, there you have it. How to increase your dealership's internet traffic engagement, close more car deals, and make more money. Now, if you want to learn a super effective and very simple negotiation technique, make sure you click on the video that's going to come up next. It's called the Ackerman Negotiation Model. And until next time, make sure you keep fighting the good fight.